Call a Village of Bondwell Village Board meeting to order on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Pledge of allegiance and silent meditation.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Statement regarding the meeting notice. The agenda for the meeting was sent to the Shawnee Leader and results broadcasted. Copies of the agenda were also posted at the Village Hall, Bonneville State Bank, and Bonneville Library. Can I have approval of the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary.
I'll second that.
Motion by Hanstein, second by Stashik, to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary. Is there any discussion? In favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Can I have approval of the December 13th, 20th, and 27th minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from Wednesday, December 13th and Wednesday, December 20th. Oh, and Wednesday, December 27th.
I'll second it.
Motion by Zuliger, second by Hottenstein, to approve the minutes for December 13th, December 20th, December 27th, 2023. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Acknowledgement of citizenship of open forum. Communications, petitions, correspondence.
None.
Committee, department reports. Committee of the whole.
None.
Police department on file. Fire department report is on file. EMS report is on file. Clerk and treasurer's report, Shom Rashid.
My report's on file. Nomination papers were received from Kay Hottenstein, Matt Pleshek, and Brenda Stashik. Johnny Page is not running this time. And there will be no spring primary since we have 3 open positions and 3 people running. So we will just have the spring election in April. If some of you have noticed, there is an igloo on the corner of 117 and DE by Wayne's. I have addressed that issue as far as the alcohol license. They cannot serve alcohol in that because it is not part of their premise ID. They do not own that property, it's DOT owned. I talked to the owners and told them that it really shouldn't be there because they don't own the property, they really don't have permission, and that alcohol is not to be served there. So we'll see where it goes. She was in today, so I've addressed it with the owners. It's been noted, so. Yeah. So we'll see where it goes. She said that they will not serve alcohol. I told her if they moved it to the other side of the building, there'd be no issue with it at all. But it's been addressed.
I talked to the Lions Club on that today too.
Because, yeah.
Let them know they should probably not allow that on that DOT property.
They talked to the
Do
Lions.
they even know that the Lions even have?
The Lions do. So the Lions Club is kind of split on it. Some of the Lions said, okay, whatever. They don't own the land either. They have limited,
I thought they did.
no, it's DOT owned.
Okay.
Lions kind of have, not really, they shouldn't have their money value. So they had asked a member of the Lions Club if they could do it, which didn't really make sense, and that they should probably ask us about the liquor license part of it. What the liquor license says is in order to serve alcohol, it has to be on your liquor license, the premise ID.
Right.
And to be part of your premise ID, you have to own the land or lease or have control of it. They don't lease that, they don't rent it, and they don't own it. and there's no way they're ever going to rent it or lease it from the DOT.
Yeah.
So they went to Lions Club or a member and asked if they could put this up, never asked us anything. And they were supposed to ask the rest of the Lions Club, I think is what it was.
They just approved it without any forethought
Right.
to it, and the rest of the club.
So some of them knew about it, some of them didn't, I don't think, and the complaints I've gotten are from other members of the Lions Club. So it's kind of a big hairy mess.
Yeah.
That they don't want it there, don't like it there because of their monument. It gets hairy in that she was gonna call the DOT and we're like, yeah, don't do that because then you're gonna be saying, get rid of everything that's there because it's really not a park, it's really not anything that's really its own. DOT has kind of looked the other way about it, but he's fair.
So should we move that, you moved into the other side now?
No,
They
it's not
haven't,
there.
and I don't know what her plans are to do with it. It's all else with alcohol. So I don't know where it's going, but I've addressed it on my end. I don't have a cop yet to deal with it in any further. I've made note in it. My concern is that if the state ATC gets called, alcohol and tobacco, they're gonna come through and look at everybody. So I guess I would just warn everybody to have the address it all. Because, you know, even if someone's only drinking water, people in this village like this.
Yeah.
So I've addressed it, so just so you guys know where that's at.
Today was the first day I seen it there, because I can tell you, I don't know the last time I went through that side of town.
I just saw it on Facebook.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
It was on there that they were gonna be surveying
Oh.
food and everything.
Oh,
So that's where
I didn't
it
miss
got
it there.
brought to my attention like Monday already. And then, so I did talk to them.
That's all I got.
Municipal Operations Department report, Jesse Rankin.
Reports on file, just like to point out a couple things. Still working on Sunrise Court. We found the old plans that were there. There's gonna be some things that are coming back to the board without the plan commission, so that's taking up a chunk of my time. Just to reiterate on the LRIP meeting that I left the other meeting early for to see if we get money for roads, and we were awarded. It's just shy of $13,000 for Maple Drive. And I also submitted for 3 other roads on a discretionary fund. A discretionary fund means it's not county awarded, it's state awarded, and a match of at least 50%. And I put in for 3 roads for that. That Elm Street, Jefferson, and Maple, which are like $400,000, $1 million, $500,000. They usually award the top 2. We were number 2 for Elm Street. So the way I wrote it is we would only accept it if we got at least 50% of it funded by the state. So that if we get that, that'd be a big win. I was told that there's a lot of money out there this year, so we might get more awarded. But the problem with that is they all have to be done by 2025. But we don't have the money to do it all. So I didn't think we'd get them all awarded. It was a lot less intense than I thought it originally was going to be. This was my throw mud on the wall and see what sticks. I guess it all stuck. But so we got that. Just one last thing is we're collecting up Christmas trees till the end of the month. So if you know anybody that has a tree, just throw it out there. We'll pick it up as our workload dictates.
Have to go to people look at them up.
Well, I had a goat person call me. So I know the goat person was picking up the Celebrate Bundle trees up at the village park. But we collect them up around the street and we throw them in a separate pile down at the brush pile. So that way at the end of the month, I can call this goat person up and say, hey, come get your trees.
Our tree only lasted an hour. I don't know who picked that, but it was gone. I looked outside and
The guys are pretty good. If they're driving around and see a tree, they'll pick it up, throw it in there, and drive it out there. We don't make a big ordeal of it. I don't know if we got it or not.
it was like a Sunday, so you guys.
So it wasn't us.
No,
No.
no, so somebody grabbed it.
Yeah, good deal.
Mhm.
That's it.
Board reports, no zoning board appeals.
Nope.
No library report.
Just that I will post something on Facebook. We are looking for an assistant again, and Allison is back as grant owner.
Plan commission, file.
Mhm.
Fire commission, I do believe we got one item coming to the board. It's on file. Miscellaneous reports.
No.
Move to new business. K1, discussion of possible action to approve the liquor license for Captain's Axe and Arcade.
Okay, so Captain Axe and Arcade, they have filed to get a beer license. So we would be looking at a 6-month license, to start with because we're mid-year. So it'd be starting basically tomorrow through June. I don't know when their tentative date is to open, but they'd be serving beer and malt beverages. No hard alcohol, and they did obtain their seller's permit and federal ID number, which we do have, and did go through the background check with Eric, and it is good. So we would just need, it's been published in the paper, and it was in the office 15 days prior to this meeting, so we should be good with approval.
Do I need to,
Motion approve it.
We need all of those.
I'll make a motion to approve the Captain Tax Arcade liquor license.
I'll second that.
Motion by Hanstein, second by Stashik, to approve the liquor license for Captain's Axe and Arcade. Is there any discussion? You know, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion of possible action to approve fire department dry hydrant repairs on Dump Road.
This is from the fire commission. They are in need of repairing the dry hydrant. They have 2 dry hydrants in the town of Heartland. One is on River Road, down by Betchers, and that one is fine, but the one on Old Dump Road, which is by Calkins, which I've got a map in there, that hydrant is not deep enough, I believe, is the issue, and they get like sludge in it, and it's not pumping right when they go to hook to it. So it needs to be dug deeper. And so the fire commission has approved going ahead and having that work done. The cost should be no more than $5,000, and that would be a 50-50 cost. So half Heartland, half the village. So they've approved it, but being that it's $2,500, it's kind of whether Kevin can approve it or not. Kind of on the line, $2,500 is his expense, but we'd like to pay for it out of 23 if possible. So we'd be looking to put it out of the fire department equipment budget, which they still have $3,500 left in that budget line item. So we would need board approval to pull the money from 23 for no more than $2,500 for that hydrant repair.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department's hydrant repairs on Dump Road and pulling it from the 2023 budget for the $2,500.
I just have a question for, so this money that's left in for the 2023 budget, you weren't depending on any of that money to go forward to the 2024? right?
No, so
Okay,
if you guys looked at the report, I don't know if you guys have gotten it, but we are under budget total for the whole 100 fund. So we are okay. We've moved some things back, but we still will be okay.
Okay.
So they do have money left in their budget. So even the fire department, they're at 84% of their budget.
Mhm.
There's really only a couple bills that are getting moved to 23. So this pay period is what we'd be, or this AP period is what we would be moving stuff back. We've only got a few things that are moving back. So there's money to do that. I think we were at like 70,000-ish.
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay. It's not in the village of Ponthawk, why are you paying for it?
Because it's
Because
split.
fire department.
Yeah, because it's Heartland,
It's
so it's split.
50/50, yeah. Mhm.
So would Heartland pay for half of our wells?
If it's water, or for the fire department, if it was something we were fixing for the fire department.
Or the fire, the wells?
If they're
Supply the
paying for it out
hydrants.
of their budget.
I'm not saying this to be argumentative, I'm just wondering, since our wells provide water to all the fire hydrants in the village, shouldn't they help pay for a portion of our wells then? Since we're doing their well?
An actual- It's not a well, it's
It's a
like
pump.
it's an actual hydrant that they hook to.
They suck out of a pond,
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, so, but it's still a pump. That feeds Heartland.
The other one I know that they paid half of.
I mean, it's only $2,500, I'm just curious.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna be that much. But I know it just needs to be deeper.
Maybe I think it's kind of just more money.
I'm with you, Jessica.
I get it. Yeah, it's more that that's the only two things they have that, it's not just Heartland that pumps from it, or
Yeah,
just our
everybody, yeah.
department. So like when there was the fire in Zaco,
Mhm.
Pulaski,
Yeah.
anybody does,
Yeah,
it's all
that's what it
mutual
became an
aid.
issue.
So it's everybody pumps from it. So, I know the one is right by my house, so I know it's not just, I cut around it for lawn, so do you wanna reimburse me for that? I cut the lawn,
Heartland will,
okay, cause I cut the lawn around it every time I go to the other place.
they said Heartland will, I talked to Dave.
Well, they, okay, well, give me some lawnmower money, okay.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Zuliger, second by Stachek to approve the fire department dry hydrant repairs on Dump Road to total of $2,500 from the 2023 budget. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discussion of possible action to approve building and grounds renovations.
What this is Eric mentioned it once. He asked about new flooring in the police station. And same thing with looking at the police budget, they're a little under budget. Just not taking the wages and stuff. There's $4,500 in there, give or take, probably more than that, but. So I got some quotes for replacing the flooring in the police department. I've already done some renovations with lights because the lights were old, the valves were burnt out, it was gonna cost us more for valves, bulbs and everything else. We put new lighting in there, we're gonna paint it. So I got two quotes for flooring, one from Floors Unlimited, one from Gene Moss. The Floors Unlimited one is $300 cheaper. $300 to $400 cheaper than the Floors on Gene Moss. The Floors Unlimited one is $2,893. So what I'm asking is the money left over in the police department fund to put new flooring and sort of spruce up the new police station, or not the new police station, but spruce up the police station a little bit with flooring, lighting, painting, things of that nature. And it's not my money from the police department, so I can't spend it. So that's my major approval.
So yeah, same thing with this one, there is money left, there's still money, we are under budget, partly because we haven't had the, staff. So, and as you can see, the things in highlighted in yellow, we haven't spent a dime on those. So the yellow is definitely money we can pull from. The additional in green is stuff that was not spent, so we definitely have enough for the flooring. And then if we needed a little bit more, there is additional in that green money. So we could go up to about the $4,500 mark and be okay. I was down there, the floor down there is pretty much
It's
worn,
garbage.
it's worn down to nothing. We did have our candidate down there and looked at it and got some comments from him as far as what he would like to see as far as flooring costs. So we just may be okay to spend the money out of that line, out of that budget.
I'll make a motion to approve spending money to replace flooring and spruce up the, out of the funds that we had used.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hochstein, second by Zuliger To approve the building and ground renovations in the police station out of our 2023 budget. Any discussion? Hearing none, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discussion of possible action to approve fourth quarter per diems.
Fourth quarter per diems are in there. If you guys saw anything that looked incorrect, otherwise I just need a motion to approve those, and those will be on the next payday, which should be next Tuesday.
I'll make a motion to approve the fourth.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Zuliger, to approve the fourth quarter per diems. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Unfinished business. Discussion of possible action on appointments to boards, commissions, and committees.
Nothing yet. Okay, moved by consensus.
Moved by consensus.
Okay.
Discussion of possible action on village internet and telephone provider.
I got an email back from Bertram. We sent an email saying, hey, you can provide this. They sent an email giving me the clip notes. Email back to us saying, yeah, you chose not to install them. It was easier for you to go without. So I said, okay, if that's the case, I would like all those services that I provide that are listed in this contract to be provided. I sent that back to Bertram Internet through our lawyer on December 28th, waiting to hear word back. So my plan is for them to come and set up a server and everything else down in my office. So that's where it's at right now, and I'll let you know as it progresses.
And we would like consensus.
And I'm just gonna note, we probably don't wanna fight it too much more, because I kinda looked at the cost. And,
I'm done fighting it. I
Okay.
just come and set it up in my office and
okay, because
The
the
9
costs
things you're
are
not-
getting more than what we could have spent on the
internet.
server.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
New server.
Right. It's just the fact that I thought we could have an amicable relationship and, you know what, you're gonna go with this, let me give you X amount of dollars. Well, I'll have a good day, but now since you wanted to lawyer up, set up everything you say you're gonna do, server, firewall, switch, domain register, Wi-Fi access, please come set it up. for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up the set, hold up the contract.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Approved by consensus.
Yep.
Okay. Closed session. Move to closed session to review and discuss the hiring of the full-time police chief position. Pursuant to Wisconsin State Statutes, Chapter 19, General Duties of Public Officials, Subchapter V, Anti-Theft Exemption, C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. At the end of closed session, the board will reconvene to open session.
I'll make a motion to move into closed session for approximately 5 minutes, inviting Michelle and Jesse.
I'll second.
Motion by Zuliger, second by Hottenstein to move into closed session for approximately 5 minutes. Inviting Jesse Rankin, Michelle Marashik. Roll call.
Hottenstein,
Yes.
Page,
Yep.
Stashik. Yes. Zuliger,
Yes.
Game.
Yes. Moved into closed session at 6:25.
Page, Stashik. Zuliger,
Yes.
Game.
Yes.
Stashik, Zuliger,
Yes.
Game.
Yes.
Yes.
6:52 PM. Approval of the payments.
So the payments are there, you're gonna see it's kind of, there's two sets of payments this time, because there's the stuff that got moved back into 23, stuff that's in 24. So there'll be two APs this time, so there's two piles in there. That's the only thing that's really different this time. There's a few invoices that got added in today for some last minute things, but otherwise everything else should be in there. Is there any questions on anything?
I'll make a motion to approve the payment.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Zuliger, to approve the payments. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's report, Sean Rossi.
Treasurer's report is in there. This will be the December one. Next month, we'll be putting in the 2024 distributions, so you'll see both distributions in there, but otherwise, this is where we're at for right now. Numbers may change a little bit, but.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion by Stashik, second by Pete.
Mhm.
To approve the treasurer's report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Announcements.
Fire Commission will be meeting next week, Thursday. Plan Commission will be meeting January 22nd. And then we'll be doing Committee of the Whole on the 24th. I do have my audit the last week of the month too, so.
24th, I might not make it to.
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Stashik, to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Adjourned at 6:54.